All right. I promise this is the last time I'll talk about this arbitrage opportunity, but I cannot help it. It is so interesting and fascinating the more you think about it. So what's going on? There is a potential for 133% APR denominated in ETH plus AVS airdrops in this arbitrage. And it's nuts. It's 16.4% ROI in a few months span. So how denominated in ETH? How does this happen? Well, yesterday we had 305,000 Eigenlayer points sold for roughly 14.2 ETH between the price of like 16 and 18 cents each point. Okay, so like we know that on whales, Eigenlayer points are priced between 16 and 18 cents. Fantastic, that makes sense, sure. However, KEP, which is tokenized Eigenlayer points confirmed by the Eigenlayer team, are worth 12.5 cents. So there is currently a 39% difference between the value of KEP and the value on whales market. That's a massive arbitrage. And you might be thinking, okay, well, there's probably a reason why, right? So let's think about this. How do you sell points on Eigenlayer? Well, what you do is you post some collateral that is worth the value of your points. So if you're selling 300,000 points at 17.6 cents each, you need to post 14 ETH of collateral. So if you do not give the Eigen that you get airdropped to your counterparty, you forfeit your collateral. Now, if the order is full, right, you expect to get back 28 ETH, right? So you've given up 14 ETH as collateral. You've sold 14 ETH worth of points. On Eigen day, if you give your Eigen, you get back 28 ETH. So if your Eigen airdrop is worth more than 28 ETH, you would rather keep that than get back your collateral and your profit. So effectively, if Eigen is worth more than 35 cents per point, then you are just going to keep that for your collateral, and the person who's buying the points will just get 14 ETH. So they've 2x'd their initial. You've done good with your Eigen. Everyone is kind of happy, right? That's the way that works. One other thing to consider here is that people are only buying the rights to the Eigen airdrop, right? So the Eigen airdrop is like definitely the most interesting airdrop, I'd say, of this year. Even more interesting than TIA, even more interesting than Dime. But they're like the secondary airdrops associated with this are AVS airdrops. So you have AVS airdrops like Alt already did theirs. You might have Espresso. You might have EigenDA. They might have their own token. We don't know. All of these airdrops are probably going to go a portion to points holders. Now, they're not going to go to people who buy these points on whales. The AVS airdrops will, however, go to KEP holders. This is what blows my mind. If you are holding KEP, you will qualify for the AVS airdrops plus the Eigen airdrop at a 1-to-1 value with your points. So the fact that this is undervalued on whales blows my mind because this gets you less. You get less value for your money. You also have capped upside by buying on whales. But it doesn't matter if it's rational. What's more interesting to me is the arbitrage play. How can we play the irrational markets? How can we play the arbitrage between these two things? And so the answer is pretty simple. Sell points on Eigen between 16 and 18 cents, and then buy them on KEP anywhere below 16 cents to play the arbitrage. Now, what does that mean? It means that you're effectively benefiting the profit difference between the collateral cost to post and the ETH cost of those points on KEP. Let's go through the math, right? Let's say we assume an April 20 Eigen day. Now, if you were at ETH Denver, I'm sure you heard a lot of things or rumors going everywhere. If you watched the DeFi Dad podcast, what you heard was that Eigen mainnet goes live early Q2. What is Eigen mainnet? It's effectively the time where AVS yield and value starts going back to restakers, right? So will this mean token? We don't know. But the rumors at ETH Denver were that, it'll be closely associated, right? Mainnet, token launch, whatever. You will never hear an Eigen team member say anything about the airdrop because if they did, that would mean it's a security and big problems because they would be like advocating for and marketing a security. And that's like, you don't want to do that with like a very, very high profile protocol. They're not going to mention the airdrop. They're going to deny it until it happens. Okay. Or that they're going to deny any association between points and airdrops or potential airdrop. All right, so if we assume this, right, then we also assume like current whales price, 17.6%, and then like current KEP price, 12.64%. So if you put up 10 ETH as collateral, you would effectively be selling 220,000 points, right? So points sold, 215,000, right? We can do that real quick. Go to Whales Market, do create offer, do points market, do Ethereum, do selling, click next, enter points amount. We want to do Eigen layer. We want to sell roughly 215,000. We want to denominate in ETH because, the benefit of doing this is that you're fully exposed to ETH the entire time. Like, you're not delta neutral, you are fully exposed to ETH. And I want that ETH exposure. I don't want to lose my exposure to ETH. And then let's just say 10 ETH. So effectively, you're selling them for 17.5 cents. You're undercutting what was sold yesterday. You're having a good time, right? And then you can just say, buy my points, make good airdrop gains, right? Who knows? And partial fill, so people can like buy parts of this. Click next, and then you deposit 10 ETH, and you're done. You're good. You're set. Now, this will be locked up until the Eigen airdrop happens, and you either give your airdrop up under some amount of time, like give them the Eigen and like make the 20 ETH because you put up 10, you're getting that 10 back plus the 10 that was bought, so you're getting 20 ETH back, or you keep your Eigen and you forfeit your collateral. Whatever is best at that time is what you will probably do. At the same time, you'll go over and you want to buy 215,000. So you'll buy 215,000 KEP to arbitrage this, and that will cost you 7.18 ETH. So you're buying that amount of points for 7.18 ETH, and you're selling it for 10 ETH. So you're selling something for 10 ETH, you're buying it for 7.18 ETH, your profit's going to be 2.82 ETH, right? That is the arbitrage. That is the profit. Now, of course, there's going to be like slippage and swap fees and this and that, but also your profit is going to be better than that. One thing that's not being considered here is AVS airdrops go to KEP holders. AVS airdrops do not go to Whales Market sellers. So you have no obligation to give up any of those AVS airdrops that might happen or you might qualify for in the interim prior to Eigen Day. You have no obligation to give those up in Whales Market. You only have the obligation to give up your Eigen. So here you're qualifying for AVS airdrops. So you're qualifying for the Eigen Day airdrop. You're also exposed to whatever this ends up being priced at by Eigen Day. And you're getting like effectively, if there's an Eigen Day, a 2.8 ETH return on investment. Effective APR by this date, 133% plus any AVS airdrops. If you do like a month later, totally reasonable, 79% APR plus AVS airdrops. Now remember, Celestia, phenomenal airdrop. People did amazing on that. Then Dimension on top of that, crazy. One other thing to consider here is that I was talking to the Kelp DAO team a couple days ago. They said, one thing that no one is considering is that the way in which their points are denominated, your Kelp or your KEP is literally an Eigen point. Like there is functionally no difference. And they've confirmed this with the Eigenlayer team. So if you wanted to Sybil, I'm not saying you should, if you wanted to Sybil any AVS airdrops, you could send, like you bought 215,000, right? You could send 21,000 KEP to, you could send 10,000 KEP to 21 different wallets if you wanted to. And then if they're tier-based airdrops, then you've effectively qualified for those on 21 different wallets you've Sybiled using KEP. So like this airdrop really benefits people who are buying KEP and selling Eigen points on Whales because you're keeping the AVS, you're potentially allowed to Sybil, and your upside is not capped. Your upside can be infinite if Eigen just goes through the moon and Eigen ends up being, I don't think an Eigen point's gonna be worth $1. That would be absurd. Let's just say it is. You get to keep your Eigen if you want to. You don't have to give that up. And so really, I don't know. I've been having fun with this math for a while. I am waiting till I get a little bit more ETH because I will probably put a big order up there. But I just, when I notice things and I think they're interesting, I like talking about them. So one more thing to notice is that like KEP tokens get unlocked once a week. So if you want to try to catch a dip, that's what you want to do. If we look a little bit farther back, the first launch was last week and it like went way down and then got bought up real quick. There will be another KEP like unlock today. And so, do expect, well, maybe it's already been happening, but like do expect some dip. And then if you want to participate in that, you can buy that up and have an even wider arbitrage opportunity and get an even better rate. So anyways, that's all. Hope you guys find this interesting. I can post this as a calculator. Blue stuff is inputs, green stuff is outputs, as always. Some of this stuff's probably kind of useless. Like what is the actual EP value? If a point was actually worth, like 40 cents, then your actual points value is $86,000. The KEP value is 22. So at this point, you want to forfeit your collateral because if you forfeit your collateral, then you're losing 10 ETH plus you're losing that profit 10 ETH. So you're losing 20 ETH effectively, but you're getting 22. So it's actually better to forfeit your collateral only if EP points end up being, or even end up having had been worth more than 40 cents each, right? So that's the way you can conceptualize this if you wanted to. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Also, if you want to do a bunch of speculating on points and Eigen and all this kind of stuff, and like be the first to know whatever we hear, join the DeFi Dojo Discord, of course. Goodbye.